Hey guys, what's up? It's time to do a speed test comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra versus the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, and this phone is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 SoC with a 12GB of RAM, while the Galaxy S23 Ultra is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 4 Galaxy SoC with a 12GB of RAM as well. So on the back we have a triple cameras on the Fold 4 versus a quad cameras on the S23 Ultra. On the S23 we have 200 megapixel OIS main camera, then we have 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 10 megapixel telephoto lens which give you a 3x optical zoom with OIS. We also have another 10 megapixel periscope lens which give you a 10x optical zoom with OIS, while the Fold 4 has a 50 megapixel OIS main camera, then we have 12 megapixel ultra wide and a 10 megapixel telephoto lens which give you a 3x optical zoom with OIS. And the back on both phones is made up of glass. In the middle we have armor aluminium, while on the back we have Core Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, while on the latest S23 we have Core Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Again we have armor aluminium. So on the bottom we have our USB-C, and with the Samsung S23 Ultra you are getting a S Pen. I am very excited to show you that how much difference between the Galaxy S23 versus the Samsung Z Fold 4. Samsung Z Fold 5 I know is the right competitor to the Galaxy S23, but right now I have the Fold 4. Let's see how both phones is gonna perform. And guys, now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Let's see which one will faster. So logos came up first on the Galaxy S23 Ultra, and both phones is running on latest Android 13. On the S23 we have Samsung One UI version 5.1, while on the Fold 4 we have Samsung One UI version 5.1.1. So the Galaxy S23 Ultra is faster when it comes to booting up, and the Fold 4 also right behind there. We have 2-second difference between these devices when it comes to booting up. The Galaxy S23 Ultra has a 6.8-inch Quad HD Plus Dynamic AMOLED with LTP of 120Hz refresh rate. Also we have a center punch hole on the top. Also this is a curved display, so it feels more premium again. And the Galaxy Z Fold 4 is a folding phone, so you can see it open gently. A 7.6-inch 2.1K foldable dynamic AMOLED with LTP of 120Hz refresh rate. Also on the front we have an under display camera which you can see right there. As you can see we have under display camera, so we have a crease in the middle which is only visible when you see the device at very angle. And guys, everything's closed up in the background. As you can see, no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones, and the first application I'm gonna launching is a phone dialer. That is exactly the same. Again we have really smooth animations. So now let's open settings, about the same, and now let's go to the display on both phones. So we have adaptive 120Hz refresh rate, Amazon shopping, that is about the same or faster on the S23. I'm not sure about that. Scrolling wise, no issue whatsoever, really smooth performance. And now let's open this tab, slightly faster on the S23. Now check out some games application. Let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga. Exactly the same on both phones, which is expected because we have Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 versus a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 4 Galaxy. Instagram, similar. Spotify, that is faster on the S23. Snapchat, similar. Now let's see Temper and 2. Temper and 2, it is slightly faster on the Galaxy S23, but it is not a big difference. So you can see in normal games we have 1-second difference almost. And now let's see PUBG, big game. Let's see in that game how much the difference between the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 4 Galaxy versus the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. So you can see even in the PUBG we have 1-second difference. Also in that game we have smooth graphics with extreme frame rate on the Fold 4 versus the smooth graphics with 90 FPS on the S23. So the gaming experience, it is also much more better on the Galaxy S23. Now let's see Subway Surfer. Subway Surfer, it is about the same on both phones. Again on the Fold 4 we have stereo speakers. Now let's open X, that is slightly faster on the S23. And now let's open Zedge. Zedge, it is open up at the same time on both phones. Scrolling feels really smooth on both phones, as you can see. So last I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. Now let's see which one will open the camera faster. S23, it is open the camera faster. As far as the cam performance are concerned, and the cam performance, it definitely much better on the Galaxy S23. So now let's look at the front facing camera. So on the S23 we have 12 megapixel, while on the Fold 4 we have 4 megapixel inside the display. But again, we also have another selfie camera which is right there, which is a 10 megapixel, and the selfie camera is also much more better on the S23. You can use the rear cameras like this on the Galaxy Z Fold 4, which you don't find at all with any other smartphone, I would say. Okay guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. So I am using Samsung internet on both phones. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. So now let's open wikipedia.org. That is about the same. Scrolling feels really smooth. And now let's open this English tab. Again, really smooth performance, no issue whatsoever. Next on the list is apple.com. That is about the same on both phones. Also you can see we have a more screen on the Fold 4, so you can read a lot more things and see very easily. But in terms of the scrolling wise, no issue whatsoever, 120 Hz. So now let's see RAM measurement on both phones. On both phones we have 12 GB of RAM. Phone dialer still there. Settings, Amazon shopping, Candy Crush Saga still there. Instagram, Spotify, Snapchat, Temper and 2, PUBG, it is still there in the memory. Subway Surfer still there. X, Zedge. As we're back to the internet browser, and guys, what I have to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that, and the Galaxy S23 Ultra is perform slightly faster only in games, but as far as the system-based application are concerned, it is very similar on both phones. So in terms of the RAM wise, in that area, and both phones is perform really solid in the RAM measurement. Not a single refresh on both phones. Also we have 5000 mAh battery size with a 45 watt fast charging support, no charger in the box, while on the Z Fold 4 we have 4400 mAh battery size with a 25 watt fast charging support. Again, no charger in the box. Both phones also support wireless charging as well as a reverse wireless charging. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra versus the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. So do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and follow me on Instagram as well as on X, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.